I switched from Mind Body to Wellness Living. Since switching, my business grew 395%. I had played professional hockey for 8 years after college. Knew I was going to be done and was kind of looking for something to do. And a acquaintance here in town said, "Hey, we have this space. Would you want to run some training in the space?" And I wanted to stay in it a little bit and be coaching, and fitness and conditioning was the reason I got to play hockey for a living for a good number of years. And so I wanted to stay in it. I was an exercise science major in college. And so it was just something I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And the pieces fell in place to allow me to start that. And so basically we started off with all youth and teens. With my hockey background, that was a quick draw. So we started off with like 5 teams and just sort of took off from there. And so that was the beginning. And now we've morphed into sort of the youth side is still there, but the adult side is what people know us for. You get into owning a gym because you like the training side and you're interested in fitness, not maybe so much because you love businesses and running businesses and profit and loss sheets and all that kind of stuff. So I found out pretty quickly within the first year that if I was going to make something of this, I needed some coaching of my own. So I, at that point, hired a business coach who took a look at things over the last year and said, you may want to think about this. It's tough to do all youth business because it is cyclical. You're slammed in the summers and then it's crickets in the middle of the year. So for us, the addition of the adult side was just to kind of level out the business. And now I would say it's 60-40 adult revenue to youth revenue. It's definitely unique in that the kids and adults can train at the same time, but not in the same space. I'm standing in our adult studio, and directly above us is our youth training area, which is twice as big. One of my favorite parts of the day is during the school year, 3:30, 4:30 in the afternoon when our youth programs are coming in. They walk in the front door together, the kids branch off and go upstairs. The adult comes down here for their small group personal training session, and everybody gets what they need. They both walk out in an hour. It's super efficient use of time, and something that's a great selling point for us, just to kind of have more people training. I didn't think it was unique. I didn't think so, but the software we were with before, it was like a foreign concept. I tried explaining it and it was like, wait, so you want the kid to be coming in, but you want the parent to have the account, but you want and it was just, either I wasn't doing a good job explaining it, or it was just a totally foreign concept, and it was making things really, really tough. And so now, once we switched to Wellness Living, it was like, okay, this is much, much easier in terms of, so we have the adults. Sometimes those adults are members. Sometimes those adults aren't members, but their kids are training with us. But we always pin the kids to the adult. Like the adult is always the lead account and the kids are a relationship off of them. And so being able to link those profiles together for us made life so much easier, because we could just say look, this person's in charge. This person's the one signing up for classes. 9 years ago when we started this whole thing, that was like a breath of fresh air, because, and honestly, one of the reasons that we decided to go with Wellness Living, because it made that relationship so much easier when, maybe it's the kid that's doing the training, but we're always going to make the adult the lead account. And then down the road, if the adult joins, it's super easy just to give them their own membership, right? There's no logging out and logging back in as the kid. The toggle is super easy and makes things really easy for people. So that's really streamlined kind of what we do. And as a business owner, to be able to say, here's the 2 things that you need to do, they do it and things run smoothly. That is such a key to building trust and making things simple for the members to use. Makes us look good, really. We've grown every year for the last 12 years we've been in business. We've grown every year, and in the last 12, 9 of those have been with Wellness Living. It takes things off of my plate so that we can streamline things going forward, where I'm not worrying about tracking sessions, or I think in its simplest form, it keeps track. It runs all of our payments. The payment processing has made things super easy. And so those are things that I don't have to think about, so that I can focus on the growth of the business. So that is one of the big reasons that we've made progress forward, is because the rest of the tedious sort of day-to-day stuff is off my plate. The other thing we have a really good handle on, just by using the reports that are built into Wellness Living, the ones that I see the most are, it makes it easy for me to turn in payroll. I just pull up the hours report and customize it to the pay period, and you've got your hours of all the coaches. So yeah, the payroll reports, the expiring purchase options, breaking down the reports by purchase option. So what is actually selling the best for us, right? We can have a feel for it and think we know the answer, but by breaking it down, we'll know what's selling best for us, what we can double down on, what offer is working, which one's not. And so I think, the reports have just made it really clear to us on a membership report. Like if we want to know how many members we have, we just pull up the membership report and we get an accurate number there. So that kind of stuff is what gives us an indication if we're heading in the right direction. I think the opportunity to break down pretty much anything you want to see. If we want to see, how much we made on a certain membership, there's a report for that. If we want to see how many people are on a certain membership, we have a report for that. So yeah, that part has made things super easy, and it helps us diagnose what needs to happen next. Over the last couple of years, just like I've seen a commitment to, plugging in the needs of the community, I've seen a major uptick in customer service, right? So now instead of leaving a voicemail like it was in the old days, you're most of the time getting somebody right on the phone right away, and they know the software, they're able to help. I would say 99 times out of 100, I'm calling in and I'm getting the solution that I need or the explanation that I need so that I have a better understanding of the software and we solve problems going forward. And it happens quickly. So that's something I've seen that's been like a major improvement over the years. And for me, just like we know that our members want to see us constantly growing and improving. For me as a client of Wellness Living, seeing that growth is an important part of like me wanting to stay with the company because I see that there's growth and you're constantly challenging yourself to be better. Really, I think what drives me forward to have a successful and really reputable business here in town is the idea of building something that matters to people, using this as a venue to encourage people to prioritize fitness and strength training in their lives, giving them a way that they can do it, because most people, our focus right now is primarily on strength. That is what we're known for. That's the niche that we've sort of followed with success. And so for people to come in and not know a thing about strength training and then start with us and feel more confident with it, the wins for us are people going on vacation and not having to hold back at all, or taking on a side hike with no reservations whatsoever, knowing that they're strong enough to do those things. And then they come back and tell us a story about how they did the thing, right? So their wins are our wins, really. Revenue is important. I want to build the best life I can for my family and our employees here. But I think what really drives us forward is having a reputable business. To me, after, 8 years of professional hockey and, almost every year of my life playing hockey and being on a team, this is a great outlet for me and a chance for me to lead a team here. So it's been a great way to do that and to really get people excited about staying strong and fit through their whole lives.